Hello everybody and welcome to game 2 of this week's Wednesday night X-Wing stream. I am Sith Taker Tim, no you forgot my name, and I have finally managed to get you a second game for this evening. So it's a friendly little game between Andy Cameron and Chris Burnett. We have Rebels versus Resistance, and we are going to be playing Assault at the Satellite Array. So what we'll do is I'll start going down both lists whilst the players get set up. So we have Lael Garner in the Falcon, Rebel Falcon, with Bistan. So whilst focused, can shoot. I'll have a bonus turret attack, engine upgrade for the white boosts, and the Falcon title. So whilst evading, reroll 1 defense dice. Leia's ability, not seen Leia for a little while. After friendly ship fully executes a red maneuver, if it is range 0 to 3, you may spend 1 force. If you do, that ship gains 1 focus token or recovers 1 force. So I think we'll see it just for the focus token in this list. I don't think there's no other force users here. We got build yourself or build your own 10 num in the B-wing with proton cannon. While your defender will perform an attack, you may spend 1 stress token to change all your eyes to evades or hits. So very much spending stress like a focus token. We have Corran Horn in the E-wing. So E-wings can't acquire locks at range 1, but may acquire locks beyond range 3. Corran's ability, at initiative 0, so basically at the end of the engagement phase, you may perform a bonus primary attack against an enemy ship in your bullseye. If you do at the start of the next planning phase, gain a disarm token. So 1 turn, if you have the bullseye, you can do your nice double shot. He's got crack shot for that lovely neutralizing of an evade, fire control system, and R4 astromech. So fire control system, actually reroll 1 dice rather than spend the lock, and R4 will just give him some extra blue maneuvers. And then an old favourite, Jake Farrell in the A-wing. After you perform a boost or barrel roll, you may choose a friendly ship at 0 to 1. That ship may perform a focus action. So basically lots of focus tokens coming out in Andy's list. And we got proton rockets for 5 dice, bullseye shot, and some marksmanship. So interesting little rebel list there. Haven't seen a lot of rebels personally being played, so it'd be nice to see that's there. Hi Elite, how'd your game go? Hope you got the W for Germany. Let's have a look down some resistance here. So we have Resistance Commander Poe Dameron. So this is the one that after a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 performs an action during its activation step, spend 2 charge, and may perform a white action treating it as red. We've got Heroic for those blank rerolls, Predator, and R4 Astromech. We've got Rey in Rey's Millennium Falcon. Fairly standard Rey build, or one we're used to with Rose Tico and Finn. Adding those blanks for front arc attacks, spending results to gain target locks. We have Heroic, and then we have Compassion. I wonder if Compassion's really there. Probably there just to spend the points, but might be, because you could take Brilliant Evasion, I guess, but on 1 agility it probably doesn't trigger too often. For another friendly ship at range 0 to will be dealt a face-up pilot or crew damage card. So crew would be epic, so very much pilot damage cards. You may spend 1 force. If you do, that damage card is discarded instead, and you are dealt 1 face-down damage card. Then if you have 2 or more damage cards, recover 2 force. So could be another way of regenerating force, I guess. We have another Star Fortress. So we have Edon Capil? Yeah. Edon, we'll say. After you fully execute a blue or white maneuver, if you have not dropped or launched a device this round, you may drop 1 device. Well, there are no devices on Edon, so I suspect that is just for the cost of the Star Fortress. We have Veteran Turret Gunner and Page Tico. So Veteran Turret Gunner will allow the Star Fortress to perform a bonus turret attack. So it has a 3 red dice front arc, a 2 red dice turret, and Pages, after you perform a primary attack, you may drop 1 bomb or rotate. So again, it'll be for rotating. So potential double taps going on there. And then we have a Spice Runner Y-Wing with M9G8 for the lock that allows the attacker to reroll 1 dice. And Angled Deflectors is interesting. So -1 shield, but gives it the reinforce action. I suspect this is very much going to be just holding objectives in this game. 21-6, wow, that's good. And 2-2 versus Wales. That's a very tight round in the XTC. We've only played 1 game so far in our matchup versus the Pirates, and Chris won that something like 21-4. So that was a big win for us. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think a lot of us might be playing at the weekend. I think I'm playing on Sunday because I've got Joe Churchman, so obviously a US-based player. So yeah, we'll come back there. So yeah, that should be good fun. Right, players are just about setting up. Let's have a think. I assume the audio is coming through fine for everybody. Where is my thing? I'm feeling I need to buy myself a 3rd screen because when I'm streaming I feel like I just need that extra little bit of visibility. Bum, bum, bum. Sif Daker's Facebook page. Let's let people know that we're streaming. Let's see, if you haven't done already, if you follow the page you'll get go live notifications, letting you know that we are streaming. Oh, 1 more day to go this week and then I'm on a long weekend. Got a nice board gaming weekend planned, going down to see friends, and then a board gaming meetup on Saturday. Does mean I'm going to miss the event in Sheffield this Sunday. So Andy was just telling me at the start that he'll be along down to Sheffield with Separatist droids. And it's not long until we'll have the Cornish Open, Cornish Nationals. So that will be end of October, I believe. Are we going to see Leia facing off against Rey? Certainly considering it. No. Probably the right decision, I think, to come down the far end, because Rey is definitely punchier than Leia. Maybe see if get some damage in against the Star Fortress. Interesting to see what this Poe does, because no munitions on this Poe, so it is Commander Poe. So very much more of a support piece. Looks like players are just about set up. So, oh, you know what? Let's see. Should we try the betting again, see if that worked? Where did that go? In fact, I'll see if I have to pay out last round's bet or not, because I know it did crash. Let's see. No, not that one. I want you. Let's... Oh, no, not you. That's the one I want. Betting. So, player 1. So, how do we pick the winner? That should... So 3 people bet on Jorge for the last one, so let's pay that out. Hopefully that should pay some people some points. Yeah, betting's been closed. Good, good, good. Right, and then if we open back. completed that one, and we can start a new bet. Looks like Andy is first player. Get that done. We're into turn 1 now, and we'll start the timer. So yeah, if you want to, you can place a little bet on the game. Might need to give it a little bit of time. In fact, I can probably put some credits on people. So there's one bet already has come in. Where was loyalty? Loyalty, add points to all viewers. Won't be quite as generous as last round, but I'll give everybody 25 if anybody is watching and wants to have a little bet. Do that. So I bet player 1, and so I bet on the tie last round, so that didn't work. Okay. So is that an early target? It's an M9 G8 target lock, isn't it? From the Spice Runner onto the Bomber. Bomber's just taken a focus, but it's got a nice hard 2 available next turn. Come back in. Certainly a few of the Rebel ships are certainly coming towards this Bomber. Corran able to take the long-range target lock. I imagine Leia's gone 4 forwards. Could boost. Should just about have a shot. Might be worth it. Nope, just going to take an evade. No need to rush in. I might have been tempted to do the rotate action this turn, just so that you don't have to do it next turn. Because you're not getting shot this turn, so do you really need the evade? There's no agile gunner on that. On Leia, so no free rotating. Ray has come forward as well, probably looking for a boost, I imagine. I think it will be red though. There's no engine upgrade on this build, so just have a think about what blues you potentially got. Probably could do like a bank boost to the left and then 2 bank, something like that. Yeah, Poe just boosting as well. Surprised if you're boosting with Poe, you don't boost with Ray though, but I guess maybe you don't want them both sitting in the same channel. Looks like no shots to worry about. Moving on to turn 2. So with turn 2, obviously we'll start to see objectives being able to be scored. Yeah. I look to be alone in my bets for the Rebels, so Resistance looks to be the popular option, which I don't think is not terrible. So for anybody that hasn't already, please consider following the channel. I'm going to try and make this a weekly stream so that you can obviously get some nice X-Wing action on a Wednesday evening in a sort of UK Euro evening slot. So we had an NCX draft game on game 1 this evening. So that was Jorge for Mega Milk Union versus Mark Packer Hughes of the Shadowcasters. Fairly convincing win for Jorge in the end. Just a bit of an unfortunate start, I think, for the Separatists. And that will be available to watch back on Twitch for a week or two. And then I'm going to start uploading the videos onto YouTube. So yes, I'm on YouTube as well. So yeah, X-Wing beta points. So we had a slight update this week, just some little tweaks, stopping a couple of really obnoxious combinations, and also introducing the standard loadout Phantom and the Starwing. Forgot my words for a moment. Always bet against the B-Wing. Yep, that seems like a valid choice. I mean, in fairness though, this is old school B-Wing, so it is build your own as opposed to standard loadout. So, you know, Andy is definitely building his own ships here. No standard loadouts from any players, in fact. Players just considering the last of it, so they've set their dials. Looks like we've got a slight change coming from 10 num here. Got some background music going as well. Is the volume of that okay? Just trying to have something playing whilst I'm certainly commentating by myself, just so that, you know, it's not just, you know, a bit of silence if I go a bit quiet. So I think, is that a tie, or has Andy not rolled yet? Okay, first player moves back to Chris. Yes, you got to feel like the Star Fortress is going to get picked on a bit. I mean, like, it will get picked on, but then, you know, it's 5 points. It's going to shoot twice. It's quite chunky, so it can afford to take a fair bit of damage. And then all, you know, Ray and Poe are going to come in from behind. That does feel like that could be a bit of a trap. Let's see. Let's see if I meet that. Yep, so Star Fortress has turned in, which is obviously red. Does have the reroll for M9G8, so we'll see how quickly the Rebel ships come in. Thank you, Talking Dog. Yeah, always just trying some different things with the stream. So I am using Streamlabs for the first time tonight. Streamlabs desktop as opposed to OBS. So we did get a crash during the NCX game, but otherwise was fine. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything behaves with this. So 10 num opting to turn in towards Poe as opposed to the Star Fortress. Has a focus, which I think was gifted by Jake doing the boost. So could opt for a target lock here potentially. Don't think. Can you focus and then roll for the stress and fail the roll? What's he looking for? So that is a question, I'm not sure. He's taking an evade. So it's a focus evade. Where's he got the evade from? Is he missing something? Is he missing the... I guess he's missing the stabilised S4 config, which he forgot to put on. Okie doke. Let's update that. Yeah. Makes a lot more sense because it's a free upgrade anyway. Don't think any damage was done, so yeah. Yeah, so barrel rolls into the red evade. Okay. Andy will be the first to admit that he is not the best at TTS sometimes, so yeah, just a little error there. Just I think when he was playing around with his list earlier, he's obviously forgot to put the stabilised S4 on there. Stabilised S4 for this one, or they call it something different? No, stabilised S4. Yep, so he's just fix that. Oh, that seems very very quick from Ray. From Leia, sorry. Has got ranged 1 into that Starforge. I mean, I guess you focus here because you've got Biston anyway. I'm going for a lock. That seems like a choice. Surely you're going to focus for the Bistan double tap here. Unless you don't think Poe's coming in. I mean, if Poe is coming in, you know, he is going to be getting shot by 10 num as well. Corrin has 3 banked. Is going to look for a boost. Can link it to the red lock, but already got the lock, so doesn't need a stress. See, I wonder if focusing with Ray would have been better, but I mean, maybe he thinks that he won't get the second shot. Because Ray's certainly not shooting. This is why I think I would have liked to have done the bank with Ray last turn. Just would have had a, you know, a bit closer to the action. Poe has opened the wings. Well, that's nice. 4 straight. So just considering options here. So does the boost and takes the focus using Poe's ability. But yeah, see, if Leia had focused here, then she could have shot, you know, left and right. So it is a choice. We will see. She has got the force as well for the shot. So moving to engagement. So Poe's to shoot first. Is going to shoot the B-wing. I wonder if shooting shooting Leia might be the best option here, because the B-wing's got an evade token anyway. 1 hit, gets the reroll for Predator, so possibly why he shot the B-wing because of the bullseye. Gets a blank, but probably spends the evade token here. Yeah, spends the evade token and will lose a shield on 10. So, moving to Initiative 5. No shot from Ray. So, I guess it'll be Leia next. Oh, Corrin's just missed out by a few pixels. That's big. No shot there from Corrin Horn in at the Star Fortress. So, could have had a range 2 shot into Poe. I think you just probably put this into the Star Fortress range 1. Got the target lock. You have a force. Fortunately, you don't have an evade. So, no rerolls on defense. But, hey, who needs a target lock when you roll, hit it, crit? Oof, and that's all going to land on that Star Fortress. So, crit is console fire. Everything is fine, honest. So that's 3 shields, a crit, and that is a console fire. So yeah, if we'd taken the focus, could have had the extra shot into Poe and also defensive mod, but it's fine. It is what it is now, so nothing there. So we move on to the Star Fortress, which was going to get range 1 itself. So 4 red dice out the front with a reroll for M9G8. I mean, Leia's still got a force for defense as well. But then we can see a Page Tico trigger, and then so oof, just the 1 crit, unfortunately, on the first attack, which is going to land and ping a shield off. And then Page Tico rotates the turret to the front, range 1 with the dorsal. Oh, Chris, lots of eyeballs, unfortunately. Still just 1 with a reroll for M9G8. Does get another shield though. So both players' dice has certainly not been great. Gone are the days where you used to be able to have Perceptive Co-Pilot on Venny. So double tapping, M9G8 reroll. Oh yeah, forgot the console fire. And another damage landing on the Star Fortress. Oof. So, scoring objectives, I reckon probably 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 to the Resistance, I think. Yeah, 2-1. So, Ray sat on 1, Poe sat on 1, and then Corrin, 10, and Leia all got 1. And then Leia and Edon uncontesting won themselves. So, yeah, that was a mixed turn. Not much really going on apart from Ray's big shot. Leia's big shot into Eden, which essentially has done 5 damage with console fire. And I don't think you're going to be fixing that console fire, because you're probably just going to do a 1 forwards, bump into Leia, red focus, so you know, keep that console fire going. I mean, Ray is going to come in, but I mean, Ray's going to have to probably bank to the right and then boost left just to avoid that debris. So it did turn a little bit tighter than I probably hoped. Can Leia avoid that rock? Probably. Like, the hard 2 should be fine. Not sure that's a great position, though, for where 10 wants to be. Corrin's probably fairly happy, as is Jake, because they can probably go in and try and finish off the Star Fortress. I imagine 10 probably a left bank. 1 bank to the left, barrel roll left, get out of Leia's way as best you can. I think Corrin's probably what? Hard 2 to the left, boost forwards. Probably doesn't get bullseye for Procket, but might get lucky. And Corrin, I think Corrin can move after Ray, so yeah, just like a 2 bank from Corrin or something like that. Even maybe 1 bank boost or something, but it's going to get a nice shot into that Star Fortress. Put some more damage in, because if it doesn't fit the console fire, you know, there's fairly decent chance it dies this turn before it gets to shoot, but we shall see. How is everybody finding the XWA beta points? Have you made any interesting lists? Any ships, you know, that haven't seen the light of day in a long time? I flew 3 Jedi and a LAT the other day, which made me very happy, because it was my favourite LAT as well. So I had the Hound out of the table, running around with Anakin, Obi and Yoda. I'm playing Republic as well for Order 66 in the NCX Draft League, so need to have a think about what kind of Republic list I'll be flying. Certainly lots of options. Had a chat with Ollie about some of the Republic changes. I get why they've made some changes, but you know, Personally, I think Dedicated's too expensive now. Maybe, yeah, five does seem like a lot, especially it's the ships that can take it as well. Like, yes, Will of Tarkin's got a nice little loadout, but he's not a clone, so he can't take Dedicated. So maybe we have to think about the loadout on that. And then for me, it was the Squad 7 veteran as well, who can't take veteran tail gunner, so I don't know why you would ever take it over Siege of Coruscant Wolf or whatever. But first player is swapping back to Andy as we move into turn 3. 20 minutes go on the game, so the Y-Wing's quite happy to just be holding objectives. Taking a reinforce. Yeah, red, well, blue manoeuvre, clear the stress, and then take the red focus for the bump. Not unsurprising from the Star Fortress. So I think we're down to Jake next. So it is a hard 3, which is probably fine. Yeah, still going to be able to do the trigger that you want. Tidy some dice off the board. So can boost 1 forwards. Possibly could also barrel roll, but the barrel roll's not going to get the bullseye. I don't think you can boost and barrel roll either, unfortunately. So take a focus themselves. Are they going to boost? All depends how fast they've gone with Corrin, I guess. Which, you know, assuming Corrin's done like a 2 bank, even 1 bank, any kind of bank manoeuvre should be fine. Gives Corrin the focus. Num couldn't do it because it's a focus action. I mean, might have been tempted to spawn the range 1 bubble in case Leia could have, but I don't think she'll be in. 2 TIE heavies, that sounds like, yeah, it does sound like a lot of fun. Rampage, I guess, would probably be one of them. Is Ubble been the other one? Or have you been flying a generic, maybe? Yep, and Fall On. Yeah, I've seen that in a few scum lists. So 10 has just come straight forwards. Where is Leia off to then? That is my thought. Because he did flip the... Okay, so Leia slooped, which does go over the rock. So takes 1 damage and then rolls the rock. So just 1 damage. And then probably spends the force to make that white. And give her a focus. But arc is side to side at the moment. Yeah, Corrin 2 bank, not unsurprising. I think I would have still preferred like a left bank, like a 1 bank maybe with 10 roll in. Because there's every chance that Ray's done like a 2 or 3 bank to the right and then can boost left and just... I'm not sure, could potentially get 10 in range 1 front arc. 2 bank, yep. No, the boost isn't quite going to come round, is it? Oh wow, no, it fits. It fits. That is really bad news for 10 num. So yes, stressful for the boost, but that is range 1 front arc. All the tricks are going to be firing from Ray there. Oof. And where is Poe off to then? Poe has closed the wings. Just done a nice little bank, so, I mean, 10 might have actually blocked that, which would have been really interesting. It's barrel rolling to the right. Oof. That's a bad day to be a B-wing. So even though he's closed his wings, he has got bullseye. So that will mean that Poe's rolling 4 red dice. Poe has got Predator and has taken the focus. And probably not getting shot by an awful lot, in fairness. I think Leia can't shoot Poe. So Predator reroll. And spend the focus for 3 hits and a crit. We do see an evade. So 3 shields go down. Leaving 10 on 4 health with Rey staring at him invitingly. So Andy is first player, so Andy's 5s are going to be able to shoot first. So we've got Corran's got range 1 bullseye, which means he is going to be able to double tap this turn because he has the bullseye. So yeah, we'll see how these rolls go. But even if he leaves, you know, the Star Fortress on 1 or 2 hull, he can double tap. Has got crack shot as well. So, you know, even if he rolls an evade on defense, could easily get rid of it. So, fire control system, the blank. Oh, spend the focus for 3 and a crit, probably. Yep. 3 and a crit. Rolls a blank anyway. So, what is the crit? Is disabled power regulator, probably not going to affect the game at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and disable power regulator. 3 remaining on that Star Fortress with Leia to shoot, with Jake to shoot, and then if you really need to, you've got Corran with a double tap as well. But let's see what Leia does first. Assuming Andy can remember how to... Or is he just going to... Yeah, so he's not spawned it, so he's just shooting range 1. That's fine. Chris has kindly done that. So, did we have a lock? We unfortunately have the lock. I say unfortunately, that's obviously subjective. You got hit eye, re-rolls, get another hit. Do you spend the focus or do you just let 2? Because you're doing 1 damage whatever. I would potentially just let this roll. Because there's every chance that Jake could kill with the console fire. And if you really have to... I mean, I suppose actually, is it even worth it? Because... so is spending the focus. So not going to bother double tapping into Rey, which is not a terrible decision because... Possibly just giving her a free lock. So 2 more damage. 3 more damage goes in. So that's the Star Fortress dead. Yep. I mean, yeah, it's not terrible, is it? Double tapping there. I mean, I suppose Jake wastes a shot. But would an A-wing at range 2 or 3 really have done it? Probably not. So Rey's range 1 shot. We have Finn available. Rey's Force available. Let's have a see. Okay, so has 1 blank, which is annoying for Chris because he can add a blank with Finn, but can only Rey Force 1. So do you... Yeah. Spend a blank to acquire a lock. And then re-roll the blank to see if you get paint. You don't, so you can still Rey ability to a hit. And we need to see paint on this defense dice from 10 num. So 1 green. Oof. That is not good for Andy because, yeah, that seems like a pretty good trade for Chris. I mean, the Star Fortress is chucking out a lot of red dice with a sort of with the reroll with the focus, but yeah, getting 10 num off the board I think is probably better. And then objectives wise, 2-1 to Chris Bollock Swings. No, 2-2. 2-2. So they've got it as 8-8. I've got it as 8-8. That's always good when the scores are adding up. Right, well, that was a tough old turn. Leia is sat behind a rock now as well. What blues can she do? Can she actually fly off that, fly past that rock? I'm not convinced. So she has got 2 bank rights. Probably clears the rock. So yeah, 2 bank right. All you got to do is hope that Ray hasn't guessed or taken a gamble and maybe just boost over the top of Poe here, or just fly the top of Poe, because then, you know, potentially could block Leia onto the rock, I guess. And the little Spice Runner that could, a little Y-Wing at the top, is just going to quite happily hang around. Could reacquire a target lock on Ray maybe for an M9G8 reroll. Just claiming objectives. We do still have prockets available on Jake, so there's still, you know, a bit of an offensive punch there. Hope everybody's having a good evening. We've had a bit of X-Wing on already, so if you missed it, Game 1 was NCX Draft League game of Jorge versus Mark Packer Hughes, Mega Milk Union versus Shadowcasters, so that's available to watch on Twitch, probably for the next couple of weeks, and I'll be uploading it up to my YouTube channel as well. Illy joined me for a bit of commentary on that, so that was quite interesting to sort of have a little chat. Then we are hopefully be doing this every Wednesday, sort of a nice UK Euro evening weekly stream. So I'm always going to be looking for people to come on stream, so if you're interested, please let me know. Also, if you're interested in watching the channel, please give the channel a follow and you'll get a go live notification when we're up and streaming. There is potential for me to do, you know, occasional ad hoc streams as well. So we've got road rolls for turn. We're on turn 4 now. Turn 4, and Andy is still first player. Right. Okay, so the Spice Runner's turn in, possibly trying to lock Poe, I guess. Or did he? No, he has locked Ray. Okay, I think that's fine. Jake's opted to go straight, clear the stress. Not sure you can boost and still give Corran a focus action there. So opting for the barrel roll. Which I get, but, you know, you're not really getting an arc in there, are you? So I don't think Chris will mind if he's not being shot. So Corran gets the focus. Jake could still boost, but then Leia stress, so she won't be able to do a focus action off it, but potentially gets Jake out of the picture a little. And still score that objective as well, if needed. So what's Corran doing here? Do we think he's doing a hard 2 to the left? Possibly, and then you could boost target lock. Can't lock at range 1 though, so needs to be careful. Okay, so we've got a hard 1 from Corran, so could spend a layer force here to make it white. taking a lock, so I can only assume. Yes, I think they're just checking if you're spending a force or not. What's that then? Maneuver. Oh, it's white because of R4. Of course it is. X-Wing brain. So Ray's opted to bump, but probably doesn't care. Does lose a shield, but that's fine. Hey Ernie, hope you're doing well. Liam possibly going to be good for next week. We shall see if he gets a better offer and stands me up again. Poe is keeping the wings closed. Does the turn. This is blue, so clears stress. Probably just boost past Corran here. Could still get shot by Leia, I guess. Is Leia focused? Leia has focused. And Leia has got 2 shots, so assuming she has range, she looks like she's got arc into the Y-Wing. And Poe is boost focus using his ability. Probably good because it can contest an objective at least, which is always useful. If you're Rey, who are you shooting here? Probably shooting Leia. She's lost 3 shields already. There's a pretty decent chance you can get her into structure. Opting to shoot Poe first. I might have been tempted to shoot the Y-Wing first, so then I can choose to spend the focus here. But as it is, a pretty awful roll, so not going to bother modifying anything here. And then look at the Y-Wing to see if we want to... Okay. Not doing a Bistan. Might be saying the focus for defense, I guess. Unless it was an evade, I didn't quite see. Oh, both pretty bad rolls, but has the target lock for this one. Spends it all for hit crit. Could spend the focus. Chooses not to, so just going to leave it hit crit. Gets an eyeball. Should have 2 force. Adds a blank. Oh, yeah, because you could spend a force here. Could spend 2 force, but I mean, like, you've got shields, so do you just maybe just spend 1, take the crit on the shields, and then spend the blank there. Spend the blank for the target lock, and now you can go and shoot. Can you block her? Is it anybody on the enemy ship? Can I just double check? Wasn't it Corran that shot that you spent the blank to get the target lock?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what?
I spent 1 force to change the eyeball to an evade.
Yeah.
And then I spent the blank to get a lock onto the Leia.
But isn't it on the ship? to a koala
Oh.
on the ship. You can't choose who you lock.
Yes, it is. Sorry. Yes, it is. Okay. Yep. Point. Yep. Sorry. Yep.
Okay.
Wrong reminders. Okay.
Right, so
I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on Corin. That was an M9 G8 reroll, so that's fine.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So everything's fine. We just had the lock in the wrong place. Thank you, Tim.
All right. Cool. So yeah, result still worked out the same, but obviously just it looked like he'd obviously passed the target locko, so I just wanted to make sure. Cool. So that is all gone in. So damage engine on Leia. So Leia has lost 2 shields, 2 hull, and has a damage engine. Not looking good for Leia. We're not terrible because where else are you going to go at the moment? But Y-wing has a range 3 shot into Leia as well, so may as well roll 2 red dice. Have we still got a green token? So we've still got an evade down there. So I guess Andy chose not to spend the evade on defense, which is probably not a bad thing now that he's got that, but could just spend the evade to take no damage, and does. Okay. Oof. I mean, yeah, it would have been interesting to see if maybe Ray went into Corin there, but I think doing damage there. So it looks like probably contested centre, contested there. So probably with 1-1 on objectives. So still quite a close game by looks things. Okay, so going to turn 5. I mean, I think there's a nice channel open here for Ray to do a sloop. I think... yeah, so she's not stressed that I can see. So, potential for a sloop. I mean, that could get blocked by Corin. Jake is just going to do a hard 2 to the left around that rock. Could be chased by Poe. I don't think there's much threatening Poe there, to be honest. Leia's probably stuck with maybe just a 1 forwards. And, I mean, do you even just bring the Y-wing in here? Because the Y-wing's what? Pretty much, it is undamaged, apart from the shield it lost from the angled deflectors. Do you bring that in for some additional red dice into Ray? You could end up with a Biston double shot, I guess, but I mean, I think you'd be okay with that at this stage of the game. If you can knock Ray off the board, that's a big chunk of points. The sloop would also mean Ray probably scores that objective. May just be down to road roll. But we're a little over 30 minutes left in the game. Very close at 9-all. I mean, pretty much. I think Ray is the only one that's taking any significant damage here. What have we lost? 2 shields on Ray, which is nothing to worry about really. Just waiting for the player set manoeuvre. So Ray has changed the dial 2 or 3 times now. So there's obviously some internal debate coming, I think, between the sloop manoeuvre or not. I mean, Leia could hard turn to the left to block Ray, but would be red because of damage engine. Could still get a focus, I guess, with her ability. So, road roll coming. And Annie's still first player. So the potential to block Leia, block Ray if the sloop is on. Okay, so we've got the reinforce with calculate for the Spice Runner. So that's their intuitive interface. After you perform an action added to your action bar by titles, elicits, or modifications, which I'm pretty sure that is what the angle deflectors is, you may perform a calculate. So that's probably a hard turn and a boost from Jake to give Leia a focus. So Leia has gone for the hard 3. Oof, to the right. Nicely fitted. Would be red. The damage engine. Spend the force to take, I believe, is it a focus? Yeah. But not that she can really avoid that debris cloud next turn. So 5 forwards from Corran, bumps into Ray, but you know, not terrible. Probably just going to take a red focus here. And we'll see if Chris has done the sloop with Ray, because that could be very tasty. Nothing to block Ray now as well. Yeah, red focus going in. Ah, boo. Just did the one bank. Has got a shot into Leia though, because of the rear arc. Gonna take a focus. Won't be able to use that target lock on Corran though. Opening the wings from Poe. Does the hard turn, which is blue because of the astromech. Takes a boost. And just going to sit there, but throwing some red dice in at Jake. Range 2. Oof. It's that eyeball 2 blanks we've been seeing a bit, so even Heroic can't save Chris from that roll. Next, it should be Andy's 5s. I mean, Leia's got a double tap, but I don't think she's got a second shot. No, so just going to be range 1 into the reinforced Y-wing. So although it's going to be a lot of dice, I mean, the reinforced will negate 1, and then he can re-roll. He can roll 1 defense dice, can't he? Hit and 2 eyeballs, so there is a focus there, which I think you probably spend because you're not double tapping. I mean, do you spend it though? Is it even worth it? So the Y-wing could... Who's he shooting? Oh, is he adding the reinforce? Aye. Reinforce. Evade. But yeah, not holding the front probably, so... Yes, there is no reinforce, so just spending 1, taking both shields. Part of me would almost be tempted to take both, but I guess you have got Corran's shot to come. Let's zoom in a little bit, just so we can get a bit closer to the tabletop. So Corran's got range 2 bullseye into the Spice Runner bullet things, which probably your best shot here is range 2, so only 3 dice. 2 hits an eyeball, probably. Do you have marksmanship? So Corran, okay, so gets 2. Didn't see a crack shot used there. Not sure if he did a reroll or not, but that's fine. So it looks like 2 damage has gone into the Y-Wing now. So Ray, range 1. We have an M98, but we don't need it. So just going to spend the focus of 3 and a crit. Blank from Leia again. So I don't think there's any rerolls. There's no evade tokens out there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the crit is weapons failure. Wow. I mean, road roll is big because obviously that would have come in before the shot if it had gone the other way. But yeah, now limiting Andy's offensive even further because I don't think Jake is going to be in a position to proc it next turn. And Leia is alive on 2 hull while it sings. Oh wow, okay, a range 3 obstructed shot from Jake in at the Spice Runner. So Spice Runner's on 2 left, I think. No focus on Jake though, so nothing to worry about there. So can the Spice Runner finish off Leia? So 2 hull remaining, 3 red dice, no mods, gets 2. So Andy needs an evade here. Does not get it. I think that pops her. Wait and see what is going on. 1 and 2. Is he going to take her off? Looks like it. Yeah. Okay, and that is Leia gone. Very much big swing there, but obviously that's what happens with large ships that cost a lot of points. Once they pop, you know, it does swing the games quite a bit. So 9-16, and we're going to score some objectives. I suspect it could be 1-1. Oh no, he's going to do Corrin's bonus shot now into the Y-Wing. 2 crits is pretty nice. Gets the evade. So 1 crit is going to go in. He didn't crack shot again, unless he's already crack shotted. Or unless he just remembered to crack shot. I can't remember. Yeah, just remembered to crack shot. So I'm on a 60-second delay, so it's not me that he's sniping off. But yeah. I mean, that's why you've got him. I mean, reinforce should still work, isn't it? Wipe from attack before the neutralize result step. I think. So I think reinforce still works. Hey guys, I think reinforce still saves the Y-Wing there.
Does it? I thought we'd just take 1 anyway.
So you roll the dice, which Andy can choose to crack shot, but but crack shot is before the neutralize result step. I'll just bring up the rules reference. I'm pretty sure reinforce is during the neutralize result step.
Okay, I genuinely don't know. I haven't used reinforce very often, especially versus crack shot.
Well, I had it come up at the WTC, and I'm pretty sure it is the timing between crack shot is before the neutralize.
Cool. Well, we can put the ship on so people know that that's the case. But I think at 17-9.
Yeah, it's not going to affect the game massively, but obviously just more for everybody, just so we know what the ability is, I guess. But I'll just double check. So, I mean, to be honest, it's probably in May as well. So if you've taken it off the board, it's probably dead. Reinforce, he says as he's scrolling through his book. During the neutralize result step, if the attack would hit and there is more than one hit or crit result, one evade result is added to cancel one result. So that's not.
So he crack-shotted my evade, which then the reinforced one would then save me.
Yes.
Is that basically how it works?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And it's not a May.
Okay, so that one goes back in. I'm now back on the board. I then win this center objective, so I get an extra point.
Yeah.
So I'm now on 18.
I think at that point we would call it in person, definitely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Up to you if you want to play another turn or.
No. He's got 2 ships. He's got 18 points. He's got 2 ships. One of them is big. 3 ships. One of them is big.
Coran's disarm now as well.
2 objectives.
Which doesn't help.
That's fine. Yeah. No, thanks. It's up to you. I'm not going to force you to play. So if you want to call it there, that's absolutely fine. It is. I mean, that was obviously a big lot of points there from Leia, which is is what it is. Unfortunately, when a large ship pops.
Yep. No, that's all part of it.
Yeah, no, cheers, Tim. Thank you. I genuinely didn't know that rule, so
no. I mean, I say it has. It is something that I've had ruled on before. So in my head, I was pretty sure that Crackshot doesn't stop reinforced, because I thought initially it might have even been a player order thing when I ruled on it at the WTC, but no. Crackshot is before, whereas reinforce is during. So Crackshot has to happen before, which,
okay,
it's fine. But no, thank you very much, both of you, for playing. Obviously, it's nice to get going. I will sign out from the stream, so I will just jump into the other room and say goodbye to people, but I will be back to chat to you if you're here shortly.
All right, cheers, Tim. Thanks.
Okay.
Right, okay, well, that's pretty much called it for the game. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Like I say, if you have watched if you've watched it and enjoyed it and you haven't done already, please give the channel a follow. That way you'll get go live notifications of future streams that I'm doing. I'm going to try and get the Wednesday slot being a regular thing, so hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully some more NCX draft games and not just friendlies, so some real sort of things on the line. If you want to sub, I would say please send your subs to in-person streamers. I'm quite happy for you to sub to me if you want, and I appreciate it, but people like Firecast Focus, who are traveling around the country, certainly in the UK, and there's many other streamers around the globe, please support them, because I think streaming in person X-Wing is really important. And obviously, as much as me in my bedroom would quite happily take it, I think there's more deserving people out there, so I'm quite happy with the follows. Of course, if you want to check your Prime subs my way, it is much appreciated. But thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody for playing today, and Illy for helping commentate earlier, and hopefully we'll see you next week with another stream. See you all next time.